fucking elect your own officials and not these contrived, paid off officials by these bankers, these so-called APAC and all these other motherfuckers who are also taking, or the Catholic Church. That's another story for another day. But at the end of the day, get your own people up in there. Drag these motherfuckers out if they're not going along with the stability of the majority of the Americans. Because what we've seen these last couple of administrations, we have seen failure after failure after failure, and we're seeing nothing but this country decline rapidly. Not even a slow death, a rapid death.
The 77 million people that elected Donald Trump, that would be the will of the country, 77 million people. Also, you might want to remember that Ronald Reagan was, when he left office, he was 77 years old. I mean, he died, he was 91 when he died, but he was 77. I don't hear the complaints about at 77 what he was doing in office. Or what?
Oh, wait, time out.
He ultimately got Alzheimer's. He ultimately got Alzheimer's after he left office.
I think it started as late.
So did she bring up the president that was responsible for crack cocaine and said that nobody had a problem with the president who was responsible for crack cocaine? Is that what she just said? I'm out of here. I'm done. The worst president in the history of this country, and she said nobody.
You're saying Ronald Reagan?
Oh, you're a retard. Matt, never let him back in again.
Yeah,
Stand for him.
That was just insane. But I mean,
Ronald Reagan's not the worst president Trump did.
So if we just talk about Reagan, because so Reagan was in his late 70s and negotiating the SALT agreements and dealing with obviously some very technical issues with the Soviet Union and with nuclear proliferation. Say that he shouldn't have been there because he was 77. I mean, just think about that. Think about when you just made a limit on without looking at the individual.
I think Dementia was starting.
This ties into the reply I wanted to give the charges. Respectfully, brother, but I disagree with everything you said. I think I understand where you're coming from, though, but I see it the other way around. It's like, okay, I get it. Like, for even take lobbyism. People hate lobbyists, lobbying Congress, lobbying the Senate. But realistically, the framing of our country is elitist, and I think people forget that. Now, if you want to shift that, that's fine, but then you have to understand you're coming from a political framework that's actually antithetical to what made America great, what made England great, what made the colonizing European powers great, right? Like, the reality is there was always a deference to old wise men. Senate literally means old wise counsel. It comes from a word that means old man. It literally comes from a word that means old man. And you have to think, rewind 1,000 years. Who do you think knows it? Ain't no Google. Who do you think knows anything? By the way, mind you, back then, not a lot of people were literate. Books weren't common. Who do you think knew anything? It was the old men. You damn right you went to the old man to know everything.
What about
you
the
have
women?
old folks in your life. You know damn well, I miss my grandpa. He 94, passed away last year in December. He was a living tomb of knowledge. Are you crazy? And so when we get into industry, this is literally how you get artisanship, craftsmanship. This is how you get legacy building technology that's world renowned internationally, like Taiwan. 100 years ago, it was a bunch of farmers. They have the most advanced chipsets on Earth. Even America and Europe struggle to even come close. You can't not just, I like this young guy, he's sharp and smart. No, there is some knowledge that is so fucking proprietary, that is so experience-based, that sometimes it's irreplaceable. And when the dude's gone, that's it. We won't even recreate someone who sees shit like that mother. You ain't getting enough Michael Jackson. I don't care how good the nigga can sing. He ain't gonna be Michael. And so you have to understand, no, I disagree entirely. I get what made Rome great, the Senate. I get the idea that, as Hamilton said, you should trust the industrious and entrepreneurs because these are the people who are looking at the world and playing it like chess. Who the fuck else should be making moves and making suggestions? So lobbies, lobbyists represent industry. Industry represents people just trying to make a buck. And it's easy to hate them until you need a job and you want them to pay you well. So everyone just, I think, kind of the socialism stuff is cool and oh, what the fuck, it's all evil, whatever. Everybody wants a job. They want that job to pay them well. That means that job has to be producing results on paper that attracts investors. The market is a thing. Deal with it. And they have it as any citizen is concerned with their country, they're concerned with their politicians as well. And the original cabinet, George Washington in the center as president, you've got Hamilton to the right, Jefferson to the left. He's taking counsel from both of them, two old men telling him something. He an old man listening, right? And Hamilton's like, listen, and he was majorly responsible for structuring our economy. And he's like, you have to give people pathways to success, but you have to listen to those who are proven in success. What else is happening? Like, who else should be suggested? And so it's like, I get it. It's like, no, these old fogies, man, they're just up there with their dumb old ass ideas. They don't know what's really going on. No, they might not be to the beaten pulse of the society, right? That's true. They've been out of it for too long. But they've been in what they do for so long, they could walk circles around anyone in any debate on any subject. They know it in depth. They have deep crystallized knowledge. They have networks that go on decades. You can't replace that. And in positions of political authority, that's very relevant. That's what gets industries to move to a state, and now your state's rich because you got fucking company. It's not as simple as people make it out to be.
Alright, just a disclaimer.
Yeah.
Bill Clinton was actually the best president we had.
Bill Clinton deregulated the financial sector. He gutted Glass-Steagall. I can't rock with that. Oh, and he sexually assaulted. In my opinion.
Hey, no, you know what?
3 times.
On the real, Thomas Jefferson probably the best president. You know why? Because he told motherfuckers you need to have a revolution every 19 years. And he also was against the American public being bitches like they are in today's time. In other words, what I mean is bowing down to all the dictates and policies that they see, whether it be both sides of the aisle, and allowing big government to run their fucking households and infringe on their fucking constitutional rights. But then again, George W. Bush said it best. The Constitution is nothing but a piece of paper, which is the reason why almost 200-something years ago, Thomas Jefferson said you need a revolution every 20 years, every 19 years, because of shit like that. Because if government feel like they can infringe on your rights, you have the right to fucking defend yourself and push them back, just like you push a goddamn predatory animal that infringes on your property. The same thing goes with government, because that's predatorial to infringe on your rights and say, well shit, you can't sit up here and say this because it hurts our feelings, even though in the Constitution we have freedom of speech, which you're trying to get rid of. So with that being said, Thomas Jefferson would have to be the best president because he gave you the greatest advice that a so-called American citizen can ever have.
I think John Adams might have that quite extensively. I'm going to take Teddy Roosevelt.
I was gonna say Roosevelt, baby.
Yeah,
Come
Teddy.
on, we all know who it is.
Teddy, for sure.
Roosevelt was a dirtbag.
A dirtbag? What the fuck? Wow, seriously.
Yeah, real dirtbag. Go spend some time in Jackson Hole and out in the frontier and tell us what a dirtbag he was.
I think everybody agrees Buchanan was probably the worst ever.
Carter
And Trump's
Carter
the best.
was the worst.
Yeah, Carter's bottom 5. Trump's top 5. He bookended. There's a lot in the middle. But, yeah, Roosevelt's one of the best. Reagan. George Washington's probably.
Yeah,
You know that they weren't our actual first president. You know that.
Yeah.
Same. Hudson or Hanson was the first.
Rabono Shalom, I'd like to say something about Lindsey Graham, if I may.
You doing cottage for him? Is that what you're going?
Is it a gay joke?
Well,
No, I'm gonna do cottage.
the Kevin Spacey House of Cards analogy is important because I'm a graduate of the Citadel in Charleston, South Carolina, And Kevin Spacey, that F word, besmirched the Citadel's good name by giving reference to his homosexual activity in that series. But it was a fucking amazing show nonetheless, because, even though Kevin Spacey is an F word, the show is actually just, you're like, well, this is probably what it's like, And Lindsey Graham kind of embodied that homosexual, psychotic, military industrial complex persona. And I'll just offer one tidbit of evidence that some Russian pranksters contacted Lindsey Graham's office and they claimed that they were the Turkish Defense Ministry and they wanted to buy F 35s. And Lindsey Graham knew the price and the spot and he was selling aggressively. That man, in my opinion, was a force of will. And despite the fact that people criticize him, anyone can give testament to his will. And as an American, you could listen to people like Rayabia, who may have some negative sentiment. Nonetheless, Lindsey Graham, in my opinion, is a great American patriot.
But Chart, did that make sense that like states need jobs, they need tax revenue so they can do major, civilian infrastructure. People want jobs. States need to be made about it representatives who the people elect, and then the industry is going to lobby those politicians to attract them because they want to be entrepreneurial and make money, which is going to bring in more jobs. So like that circle of the market. And I'm not saying corruption can't exist, but corruption is everywhere. There's corruption at your job. There's corruption everywhere. That's not really.
Yeah, you're right. But here's the thing, though, right? It's more the devil you do know versus the devil you don't know. And if you knew what the government has in store for the American citizens, right? And these politicians who are nothing but puppets who are ushering in, you would feel the same way of kind of wanting to separate from this shit. And overall, we have businesses here, we have people with their different fields of jobs. So, I mean, this is an integrated system. And in one sense, that she-devil of a witch, what's her name, was the one blonde chick that got that's good dirtbag piece of shit. What's her name?
Kelly Conway.
No, Pat. What? No.
Pam Bondi.
Pam Bondi, that piece of shit. She can say something that is true, but it probably needs to happen either which way. If we bring everything out, this whole thing's gonna collapse. Which, in essence, it's going to be a cataclysmic upheaval of our daily lives and everything that we possibly will see. But if we care about truth, justice, in the so-called American way, that's probably what needs to happen. But my thing is, it's not about promoting anarchy. It's just, look, if motherfuckers are going around doing all the kinds of shit they're doing, taking the American tax dollars and doing whatever the fuck they want to do, doing all kinds of experiments, these fucking military contracts and these damn fucking undisclosed locations of these fucking military bases of doing all kinds of experiments that, God knows what, in the Pentagon and all throughout these national parks, and doing all this shit, with the pedophile shit, the sexual, just shit that's going on. Look, at the end of the day, you gotta get rid of all this shit, man. What?
Who did you vote for? Or maybe you didn't vote ever. I don't know.
I've never voted a day in my life.
Like, that's interesting because, doesn't that kind of provide a little bit of an issue? Like,
Nope.
There's not one person that can solve your issues that you could have voted for. Like, not one.
Matt, so even I was a youngin' in 2000, which what is that, 26 years ago, witnessing that bullshit with them two cocksuckers, Al Gore and George W. Bush, running for president, and Al Gore ends up winning, but then They had to do a recount 2 weeks later. And 2 weeks later, it came down to the same state that that George W. Bush's brother happened to be a mayor in, if I'm not mistaken, right? Or governor. I can't remember which one. And they had to.
It was
mayor.
it was for Florida. It was Jeb Bush was governor.
Yeah, so.
But okay, so I mean, like,
But they could do shit like that.
I think everybody on stage know where I was going with that. It's like, it's the old adage, like, if you don't vote, then you need to shut up. You know that one, right?
You don't understand it. You don't understand it.
You understand that, right, Char?
No, but that's why I countered. No, I knew what you were saying. That's why I countered with what I countered with. All I'm proving is that your vote never doesn't count. It never counted, and all this shit has been rigged from the get-go, going back to the inception of this country. So if I know that, based off of that logic,
Do you ever go to anyone in government and ask for
based off of that logic,
ever met with someone in government?
based off of that logic, why vote?
Well, have you ever needed someone from government to take care of something for you? Have you ever had a legal, a business issue, some property issue that you went to someone in government, an elected official?
It's bigger than that, even though. Like, okay. I mean, all things being relative, we're this country on the planet. So obviously we've done some things right to get to where we are. So voting has done something. You know that, right, Jar? I mean, we would all be destitute and all, living off breadcrumbs and basically not being able to live the way we do right now if we went by everything you're saying. Like all these bad, worst case scenario situations that you're mentioning, that everything that we voted for is the worst thing ever, we would never be where we are. Like, you realize that, right? Like, even if without voting, we don't get anywhere, regardless if it's some bad stuff too on the way there. I don't understand that. I mean, what am I missing? Does anybody else feel the same way? I don't get it, but I mean, I guess if in your world you don't vote, you just let anarchy just go all over the place. I don't know.
Well, Matt, let me just respond just briefly. Number one, technically, based off of what I believe in, based off of what I see, might as well let the shit happen because there ain't shit we can do about it. And of course, they're running elites, right? They have a specific goal and agenda in mind, and we're seeing it play out. So if I understand that, and I also believe in the Bible, I read the scriptures on what's going on, who the hell am I to sit up here and try to redirect what the Most High said? That's number one. Number two, let's say if I was to think on that level and believe that this is some authentic bullshit, right? And I need to react. Who the fuck am I gonna react with? There's not gonna be too many people with my mindset, right? Because these people who have adopted the concept of conspiracy theories or theorists, which is nothing but a government-made fucking designation to demonize people who are telling people the truth. I'm not going to really want to get down with 90% of the people walking in this country, because most of the people in this country are believe that this government is true and real. So with that being said, I might as well just let it fucking happen and just fucking try to survive, if any at all, because what's being set up is a one world government. And and we're seeing this shit literally play out right before our eyes. And this country is going down, and whatever semblance of whatever freedom you thought you had, that is going away and dissipating at a fast rate. So, at the end of the day, it's all about survival at this point. And my advice, and I'll land here, if you do believe in being patriotic, which honestly that's a concept of idolatry, but let's just use that as a talking point. You should be very upset with what's going on. If you care about this country that much, you gotta do something about it.
Well, like I said, we didn't get to where we are without some issues. And in fact, I would say it was those very issues that got us to where we are now. Not the other way around, really, so much. Because, like, without having these issues, like going through all these issues, we just wouldn't be where we are. I don't know. I mean, we're not a perfect country. I have no idea what country you think lines up with what you want. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you could tell me, but
none.
yeah. So I don't know what world you live in. I mean, you might as well just go live like on a small island and just like, you know.
Shit, you know what? Honestly, man, I would love to live, whether it be the Amazon, Congo. I know that there's killer animals. There's probably there's all kinds of animals that ain't even fucking documented. There's dinosaurs in these fucking areas that the locals are around. But you know what? I'd rather be running from a dinosaur or a giant spider than dealing with fucking psychopaths.
Are you ready to take a shit? You take a shit in a hole in the ground, or ready?
You know what?
There's no force.
You know what?
God's dinosaurs.
I might as well deal with that shit. I might as well deal with that.
I found a real outlier. I mean, anybody here's a non-voter. You can. I'm nothing against you. You can do whatever you want, but
I never voted in my life, man.
You don't vote, do you? You don't.
I've never voted in my life. I'm 31 and I've never voted.
I knew it. There we go. Now you do it for other reasons.
Horrible.
You probably do it for other reasons, right?
I just don't see no point, to be honest. Like, real shit, I don't see a point.
Okay.
That's so un-American.
Right, Knight? I mean,
what is one vote going to do? Like, realistically?
Get someone elected, maybe, and especially in elections that are tight.
Half of us think the elections are rigged.
Have you ever, I'll ask the same question, have you ever gone to someone in government to get something done for you? Ask them to help you with the business
I've had
venture.
a public defender.
A little different.
yeah. Oh, by the way, Bush Gore was decided by 500 votes or something like that. Just to let you know, so.
And you got a non-voter in here?
Yes, we do. And he is of the Black Collective.
Do I sound like talking to me, Matt, dude? Do I seem like somebody who doesn't vote?
No, I'll be honest. I actually didn't think you voted for like Kamala or anything, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Oh man,
No, I was clearly on the Kamala Harris side.
Oh shit, I got it wrong.
Matt, can we go back to the original title and ask Rob and Fifi and some of these other people?
Back to the very first one.
What happened to Lindsey Graham? You smoking that Lindsey Graham tonight?
Let him get out the Lindsey Graham part, and then let's go back to the original.
Smoking that Lindsey thing?
Yeah, I'm not gonna cap that. Yeah.
We are, yeah. Here, I'll pass it. Hold on.
Alright, now
I'm
we
gonna
go.
take Republicans
You guys are
anyway because y'all know what he really was, man. So y'all dealt with him because he was willing to fight for y'all, all y'all issues on the front line. But y'all know what he was. Come on.
he was a brilliant senator.
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
He was very brilliant, very hardworking.
Come on, Rob. Don't tell them the truth. You gotta.
He was brilliant in your eyes.
Y'all know what Lindsey said.
Come on, Rob. Don't go that way, brother.
Rob, man, bless us with the knowledge. Let us know.
Man, it's widely known within political circles that Lindsey Graham didn't have a wife for a reason. He didn't have children for a reason. He liked men. And that's just what it is. So I think that's largely the reason why he went so hard to defend certain issues, because he knew that who he really was ever revealed, like he would have no place. You bringing me food too now? That's the rule when you come deliver food for them guests. You gotta bring me something. How y'all doing?
Projection Mirror says what? There is no evidence to suggest that Lindsey Graham was a faggot, but Rob Gulati just suggested that he's a cocksucking faggot.
Were you ready to go back?
There's evidence that suggests you're.
Rest in pieces to
Projection Mail says what? LGBTQ says what?
Title, like actually change it to be or not.
Yeah.
Graham is dead. I'm not. That's too bad. He was a character.
Yeah,
Rob Lewis. Never mind, it's fine.
I remember him most in the Kavanaugh hearing. Remember the Kavanaugh hearing?
Hold on, before you change the title, I want to make a disclaimer, man. The reason why Sarah is in the audience is because she was just talking shit, bro. She was talking trash. She wasn't letting nobody speak. And I'll be damned if I let a bitch talk to me crazy on crib. So her ass got sent to the goo. I don't know why she think that you're her savior, like you're gonna save her or something. But that bitch needs to realize you gonna show me some respect. I don't care if you don't respect nobody else, but bitch, you gonna respect me. That's all.
Come on, cuz. Don't make it about you, cuz. And you gotta let it flow. You gotta let the room, like, fight.
Hello?
Yeah, you stepped away. You wasn't here, but she was just interrupting motherfuckers talking crazy. Like, I didn't say shit to her. I'm like, bro, let people talk. And she just got to yapping at the mouth. So, bitch, just raising the back.
Come and let
Timothy, moderators, if I could suggest that you just dedicate like 10 minutes to 20 minutes of the Sarah Show. People come for the Sarah Show. People like the Sarah Show. It's just consider it.
But she be acting like Matt is her savior. Like she could just talk crazy and then that nigga Matt is like Superman. Like Matt gonna come to her rescue. Like
yeah, but you ain't supposed to fight the women, Timothy.
I ain't fighting no woman. That's why I sent her down. I ain't even go back and forth with her.
No, don't do it like that, bro. Hey, look. The stage gotta check the stage, bro. I get what you're saying, bro. You know what I'm saying? And she should respect you as mine, if that's the point. But far as just like, if it's like a contentious conversation, and if she make it like a lame point or any kind of stance, I think she should be able to argue.
Nah, it's like you trying to make your submission, and I keep coming off interrupting you. So then I'd be like, hey, let you talk. And she be, oh, shut the fuck up, baby. Bitch, who you talking to? You understand it? You know what I mean?
Abby get to stay on stage and she interrupt people.
Yeah, but Abby ain't calling nobody out their name. Abby isn't talking aggressively.
Well, she do it in her head, though. Well,
But
Abby
not.
Abby is not trying to liberate Iran. Sarah is trying to liberate Iran.
That Matt is their savior. Like,
you just gotta designate some time to certain characters. This is a stage. You honestly, when you see, shut up, Night King. Shut up, Riyabia. I'm not finished. Silence yourselves. Night King, I heard you talking shit to Sig like you gonna roll up to his house and do some shit, Night King. You gangbanger. What I'm trying to tell you is, I'm not calling you a gangbanger. I'm calling Night King a gangbanger.
And I'm gonna interrupt you every time.
Shut up. Shut up. Hello.
Nah, I didn't mean to like cause a room into the frenzy. So if we can get back into the title though.
Yeah, let's get.
Alright, so who wants to jump in? We've had Timothy give his story. We've had Coco. We've had Black give her story.
This is Alistair. I was attacked by a black man in the street after giving him money. I was. I like to share that story outside of the nightclub in Wicker Park. You guys will be shocked.
Anybody want?
I want to hear it.
Okay, we got one for yes.
So I was coming back from a college alumni event.
It's a vote. Just wait till the voting process done. This is what's wrong with you.
This is what's wrong with you. You projecting. You always ready to roll up on people and shoot at people, Night King. Clown House ain't a gangbang. Hello?
That ain't gonna work.
That's exactly what's working.
Hey, does anybody got a vote to hear this story? Yes or no? Odell, Agent, Abby, Coco.
You only want to hear reverse DEICRT-BLM.
Yeah. Yes. I want
Okay, so we got 2 yeses, 2 nos. It's even. Hold on. Alistair, I know you don't know how the voting processes work. That's why you lost. Anyway, anybody want to break the tie?
Great PTR, Night King. You look like Dr. Doom in drag, you faggot, nigga, faggot. What I'm trying to say, faggot, nigga, faggot.
If anybody wants to share their story, please.
What I'm saying is, as a white man, I was attacked by a young black juvenile who robbed me, stole my bag, bloodied my nose, nearly killed me, and had to spend a night in the ER. And all I want to say is, I ain't never offering some nigga, faggot, nigga a joint ever again at any bar, at any club, at any festival, at any fucking folk kind of country thing or anything. I ain't never offering a nigga, faggot, nigga a joint ever again. Cause that nigga, faggot, nigga stole my bag, almost killed me, punched me out, and I had to fight for my life. Fuck that faggot, nigga, faggot, nigga, faggot, nigga.
Are y'all happy?
Can I get a mom badge?
That's the result of too much acid.
I wish he would have finished the job.
So you are saying that you wish that nigga, faggot, almost killed me? That's ridiculous.
I pick you.
You were flipping, that's why.
All I'm saying is, you know, when you try to be generous and you want to help people, sometimes it's not returned in kindness. It's returned in anger and frustration. And all I'm trying to say is, with Lindsey Graham's passing, we have lost an example of a great American patriot that, despite the setbacks, despite all the slander and libelous accusations about him being a faggot, we have to understand that Lindsey Graham is the essence of America. And if you can't accept the fact that we are a vaccine, military, industrial complex empire with a political, legal, industrial complex completely manipulated by APAC, Democrat, progressive lawyers like Abby, well, then you don't understand Lindsey Graham's dick suck operation. Lindsey Graham sold more F-35s than any dick suck ever sold F-35s. You think publicity? If you work,
Kitover, we're actually so funny tonight.
If you work in pharma or you work in military industrial complex, you got
Niggers, stop lying on me, bitches.
shh, you got an Instagram. And if you spice it and you went to this college or that college and you 26 and you selling F-35s or Pfizer, Moderna, J&J, all I'm trying to say is you got an Instagram and you got a LinkedIn, but Lindsey Graham ain't got no LinkedIn no more. How dare you censor the truth about Lindsey Graham? How dare you?
Your ass got to go.
Okay, thank you for your submission. Would anybody else?
But did you gonna say nigger?
I didn't say N-word. I said nigga, nigga.
Thank you for your submission. Thank you for your submission.
Thank you for allowing me to make my submission.
Keep going. You opened the stage for him. You asked.
Night has been harassing me
You
for
got what you want.
3 nights
Excuse me,
straight.
ma'am. Excuse me,
Night
ma'am.
has been harassing
Excuse me,
me.
ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am.
It's been
Excuse me,
harassing me.
racist. Excuse me. Excuse me,
It's been
racist.
Okay. Y'all ain't finna be doing this, man. We trying to hear the most racist experience in Trump's America, man. So if y'all don't have no racist experience, just say that.
Well, as I said, I was attacked by a young black man, nearly murdered in the streets over nothing. I was only passing out Amazon Cinema dollars in bars and stickers put on. It was artwork. All I'm saying is, if you a young African American and you robbing and you killing and you in a gang and you gang banging, well, pretty soon, Cash Patel. Listen, let me finish. Don't need it. No.
Hold on. You said if you gang banging, nigga. I'm gang banging, nigga. So what you saying, nigga?
I'm saying that when Cash Patel rose up in Chicago for a
I'm
Friday,
just
Saturday
making-
morning
Hold
meeting.
on. What you saying?
Cash
man?
Patel's wife, a Zionist country musician star. Cash Patel got summoned to the White House
No, you are mine.
because we got a political emergency in this country.
Go ahead.
Lindsey Graham.
All right, you got it. Hey, look, so check this out. My racist experience is being surveillance by a fake fucking goddamn congressional mayor or whatever the fuck he is, recording rooms and shit like that, and actually spying for their own personal means for whatever jag-off yoga reasons that they got. That person just left mysteriously. Or, oh, they got moved out. Never mind. And I think that's the racist experience. You know, I experienced that on Clubhouse by this person. The person that just was moved out being illegally fucking monitored through several fucking down bad phones because your wife was accepting black dick in an asshole and shit like that and left you for it, you dumb bitch. Fuck you.
Thank you for your submission.
You're
24. Do you want to share your most racist experience in Trump's America?
And Timothy, by the way, I don't think we've heard a story yet.
We haven't heard not one story, man.
I'm hearing things right here.
Wait, what the fuck? That wasn't a story? Wait, hold on. Y'all just gonna write off what I just said?
Hold on, man. Hold on, bro. I'm tired of this bullshit, like Matt said, bro. Y'all be screaming all this racist shit. We've had this room open for goddamn I don't know how long. Ain't nobody say nothing about this racist shit.
Wait.
All you, not even crackers, bro. You know what? It's the niggas that be capping on this bitch, man. Y'all be screaming all that racist shit. It ain't one racist story come up in this motherfucker, man. I'm starting to change my beliefs.
So, Timothy, you don't think people using, like, data that is, like, really uninvited and recording to listen, play back, and weaponize against the community.
That's a nigga, nigga.
No, I'm just saying. We've
Alright,
had
well,
many
you got me
people,
voted.
we've had
You don't
many
even
people
vote.
on this stage, and nobody has submitted anything about like racist shit. So it's like,
What do you need, a burning cross in front of the lawn, or you gonna be one of them kind of niggas?
No, I'm definitely not one of them type of niggas. I'm definitely not one of them type of
What's a good
niggas.
enough racist story to you? What's racism to you? What it look like?
I've shared my racist story, but it's only been about 3 people that really shared some real racist shit, bro.
Shit, if you're real, there ain't no racism nowhere. We all fucking believe the same, brothers.
No, shut up. Anyway, I stay in a state where there's the top fucking 3 sundown towns in all of America. Go suck your fucking father's dick, you punk bitch. Fuck you. Fuck you.
You don't even know.
You don't even know. You don't even know.
Hood, brother.
I don't give a fuck where you at. Fuck you too. Fuck you.
Crow, please share with us your racist experience.
Yeah, fucking keep muting me, motherfucker. Yeah, you know what? Block me, kick me.
Crow, by the way.
I'm about to block you right now, bitch.
Put me on you.
Crow, just tell us your racist story. It could be against reverse racism. It could be against you.
No, fuck that. Fuck that.
Are you black?
You know what? All my best friends
You
are
wanna
black.
know what he is?
I'm native. I'm fucking native.
He's definitely white.
You ain't no native.
He's definitely white.
White boys. That's right.
All my best friends are black. He's definitely white.
What tribe are
Bro,
you
have
from?
you experienced any racism, brother? I want to know.
Bro, what tribe?
We'll try. Well, I mean, if you.
Yeah, well, if you the blue dot tribe, shut up, bitch. Lie that.
Fuck up, it's Cherokee. Motherfucker.
Well, is it everybody? Whatever, bitch. Fuck you. Don't try to play with my people, bitch.
Hold on, kiddo.
Ain't no hold on. He playing stolen identity.
Hold on. Okay, so have you had any racism done to you, bro? You know, in the Trump years here.
Yeah, y'all fucking playing the fucking bullshit game. Dude, like, get to the point. Get real.
That's the point. Have you had any?
Fucking be real.
Have you had any
Fucking be real. That's
any
what I'm all
racism?
about, is be real.
How much have you had to drink tonight, bro?
No, I don't care if I drink.
Man, like Coco said, man, shut up, nigga. I'm tired of hearing you talk, nigga. Shut up, nigga. Like Coco said, man, we were the only ones to share a racist story, man. Shut your bitch ass up, nigga. I'm tired of hearing your bitch ass, nigga. I want to hear some fucking real racist experiences, man. I'm tired of y'all coming on this app screaming all this racist shit, but don't none of y'all got no racist stories, man. What the fuck going on?
I want like red hats, fucking MAGA, black. You gotta have one. Black. You gotta have a MAGA hat story, don't you? All these white guys with like red hats, you know, like just like sweating.
No, it wasn't. It was with Obama when he was running for president. It was with Obama.
Shit.
Yeah.
Fuck Obama. Obama's a bitch.
Wait, Black, what happened? Hold on, we're hearing.
Crow.
Yeah, Crow, shut up. We're hearing a racist story. Go ahead, Black.
Pay attention.
Yeah. So I was pregnant with my daughter, and I was going to the bank, and I had an Obama T-shirt on, and these two white boys came up to me and said, "Fuck Obama." I literally got so scared because, you know, I'm pregnant. You got it.
Why y'all keep muting people and fuck, like, bro? Do people have to die to have a racist story? Come on, y'all.
Yeah, like, that wasn't racist.
You keep like on the mute. Why?
Ain't nobody mute shit. What are you talking about?
No, they keep the moderator keep putting me on mute.
No, they need to mute you. Shut up, bro.
No, I keep muting you, Crow, because you won't shut your mouth.
I mean, shut up and let me talk.
Put him in the audience. He's drunk.
Yeah, no more Crow. Please continue, Black. Wait, that was it? That was it, Black? That was it? Somebody didn't like your shirt?
That's not a racist story. That doesn't even make any sense.
She was pregnant. She felt scared. I guess two white guys yelling at her during the Obama times. I don't know.
That is absolutely not racist. Like,
I'm sorry, Black.
yeah,
I have
that's not racist,
experience.
love. I'm
We're
sorry.
throwing it out. It's
not racism. It's not bias. It's not prejudice. Okay.
So I came to the conclusion that, man, I've been so pro-black,
They don't
but
know.
my people's been capping on this app.
Racism.
Hold on, man. I've been so, hold on. I've been so pro-black. I be trying to fight. I go to war for the black community, man. Y'all don't understand. But after today, all that racist shit, all that racist crime shit y'all be doing, man, on 6-0 Crip, nigga, that shit is, y'all capping, man. I just can't keep defending y'all like this, man.
Oh, you're living in the West Bank, right?
No, I figured we had hours.
What's your situation? How is the life in the West Bank? You like sharing?
That's been done, right, Beaver?
Exactly. I thought they would at least have asked her to move to the back of the bus or something. Like, that's,
You know what? I gotta apologize.
You have to go to the checkpoints in the West Bank.
You're into Kurdi في البلاد. You're home.
Oh, sure.
You want to use the government as the arbiter of morality.
No, I didn't say that. Don't see something.
Yeah,
I said no. I said no. Society decided what's going on.
The execution of the laws and the execution of morality from the state.
That's the only way to do it. Joe, okay, way to do it. No. You're missing a step. You're missing a step. If we're gonna sing the ABCs, we gotta start with ABC. The people have to come together and decide we either want this or we don't want it. And then once they decide, they vote on it, and then they use the government as a tool to codify. It doesn't start at the government. It starts at the people.
What do you think
Starting the movement.
about
That's the part you keep missing.
do you think there's any
So this is no different than Bima's argument about saying that you need to have what was her thing? When you're born, we have to agree upon the Constitution. Consent. I have to have consent of the Constitution first until I agree to follow its laws.
No, I don't agree with that. No.
I know, but
No, I clearly told you, as long as the law is not based, it's not rooted in religion, then if that's what the majority votes on, Joe, and then they get it codified via the government, I will follow. Joe, I follow a bunch of laws already that I don't fucking agree with. I don't agree with filling out a background check to buy a gun, but I follow the law, Joe, because that's what the general consensus came with. So again, I understand. I live in a society where people have different views than I do. So sometimes I'm gonna get the W, but then I gotta take the L's too. I can't just only expect the W's.
Yeah, and expect that Christians will earn some W's, bro.
Okay, again, you're setting up a slippery slope. You're setting up
It's already existed. It's existed since the founding of the country. That's the point.
No, but it's gotten shot down several times, and now they're trying to sneak it back in because they're under this retarded premise that more Jesus means more morality, and that's just we got again. There's abundance of evidence that shows more Jesus does not equal more morality.
Okay, there's an abundance of evidence of less Jesus doesn't equal morality either. There's an abundance of evidence that shows that the federal government, being the arbiter of morality, would just turn into a brutal police state, ultimately.
And so does your religion. Here's the difference, though. The government doesn't try to control what we think, Joe. They're trying to, because we're getting stupider by the day. And we're allowing it.
Hello?
So again, Joe, here's the thing. I can think about killing someone. I won't get arrested for it, sir. But your Bible and your rules say that even if I have certain thoughts, they're condemnable.
Well, I hate to interrupt the two of you, but if I may address the title of the room.
I'll wait for me and Joe to get off this kid real quick.
I'll give my time to John. Go ahead, John.
All right, go ahead, man.
Well, before I give my remarks with regards to theocracy, I want to thank Joe for all the nice compliments over the past few weeks. Thank you, Joe. It's not easy, publishing, being a self-publisher in the face of such adversity of content. All I'm trying to say is, if you read Ayn Rand, she makes the case that laissez-faire capitalism has never successfully been achieved. And if you compare laissez-faire capitalism and abundance economy to progressive liberal social communism or state-controlled economy, it's believed that statistically laissez-faire capitalism will raise more people out of poverty than any other economic model. And China would be a good example.
What does this have to do with religion and state of theocracy?
Well, it's my belief, it's my opinion, that religion is actually just a form of politics. And if you can't grasp that religion and politics are essentially the same thing because it's a game of one-upmanship, regardless of whatever category you want to ascribe it to. So all I'm saying is the economy is the real religion, which is, I don't think we'll ever have some kind of a rebellion or lower caste violent uprising. I mean, somebody on this app was like, all we get is protests. But when Minneapolis burns and Chicago burns, or wherever the looting happens, yeah, that sucks. But anyways, we're living in a content economy, which is really your life, which is your attention span and the attention economy. So When Nancy Pelosi buys $400 million
So
worth
again,
of Google.
what does this have to do with theocracy, a theocratic state? What does this have to do with that?
Well, it's the belief that, um, according to Ayn Rand, is that the separation of church and state should also be equal to the separation of state and economy. And if you believe in separation of church and state, but you don't believe in separation of state and economy, I just question whether or not you understand where value comes from. It doesn't come from debt, it comes from products and services. So the argument isn't about theocracy, the argument is about the separation of state and economy, which comes back to libertarian philosophy or libertarian economics. That the founders of this country were very, very close to laissez-faire capitalism, and that the British East India Trading Company was also very close to laissez-faire capitalism. But those weren't the only laissez-faire capitalism organizations. All of Europe was engaged in laissez-faire capitalism on every major coastline.
What does this have to do with passing religious laws?
Well, my point is that religious laws and religious communication is code word for political communication. The real interesting and the real scientific and the real abundance, the real joy of our people is economic. It's not the quasi politic known as religion. And if you get bogged down, it's just because you don't realize that religion is politic. And politic for some people is religion. Hello?
Again, you have
Hello!
subscribe to certain beliefs, which is their right, but they don't have a right to force that shit down my throat because I don't subscribe to it. And that's my right. That's the problem. We have the Christian right who's emotionally upset because liberals are kicking their ass and their God is slowly but surely dwindling, and that's what they cling on to for what do you call it? Value of life or purpose or whatever. And because they've decided to cling on to that, and that thing is rapidly shrinking, they're freaking the fuck out. So now it's put it into overdrive and try to force it on people because we think that this is the right way. And like I said, I'm not going to sit up here and allow people who don't even follow their own religion to try to put more religion on other people that they don't even clearly follow and can't even agree on. It's just the concept is just fucking stupid and retarded. Like, you guys need to figure out which of the 30,000 sects is the correct one and get some type of agreement there before you try to take that jumbled mess of spaghetti and try to flop it on the rest of the society, man. It just doesn't make any sense.
Strong disdain for Christians, don't you?
Nope. I actually advocate for religious freedom, and I actually battle a lot with atheists who try to take away people's religious rights. Joe, these dumbass atheists that want to remove the crosses from the Arlington Cemetery, I think they're a bunch of fucking retards. The atheists that want to take the Ten Commandments down from inside of our government buildings, I think they're a bunch of fucking retards, Joe. So no, I don't have a disdain for Christianity. What I have a disdain for is people trying to take their personal beliefs and religions and trying to shove it down everybody else's throat.
But Sig,
that's what I have a disdain for.
Sig, I think you have to look at it in terms of a communication network. That there's games in the language and the words, and it's global, it's national, and what we're really dealing with is like a communication network, which is, you could say, a tree is the analogy. Everybody is a node, but it's there, and philosophy says that there is one communication network. You could say that's the collective unconscious. Donald Trump, in my opinion, psychologically, nationally, collectively, unconsciously penetrated the subconscious with his communication, and that's why he's our president. And people who successfully take nations to war strategically and win decisively also do those types of psyop, subconscious mass communication. Because how do you get people to fly to other cities to engage in mass warfare? So Hello?
Why should we have the Ten Commandments in the Supreme Court if you believe in separation of church and state?
To her age, so she says she's in second grade.
Yeah, so I'll be 23 next month. So yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep. So I wasn't really worried about that shit, or didn't even really realize any of that stuff until, I became an adult or like close to it. But yeah, I don't take white racism seriously at all, because at least for me, most of y'all are really not on that type of timing. Most of y'all really don't want the smoke. Y'all just want to do weird little shit. Like white people, and I don't know, tell me if I'm like overstepping, but I just feel like y'all are like the true weirdos. Like, no other group of people does what y'all do. Like, yes, black people, they will kill other black people with a gun, but don't shoot a black person, okay? But like white people, y'all will literally decapitate a motherfucker and chop their fucking organs and up. Just the weirdest group.
Projection mirror says what, me? Projection mirror says what? Stop projecting onto all white people about,
It's just like y'all, and so for y'all to be up here like trying to minimize black people and their problems, like it's crazy, because y'all are literally the most inhumane, like nastiest race
wait
ever.
a minute. We're not minimizing anything. We're opening the door to it. I'm not sure what you got.
Bro, y'all be passive aggressive to black people and their experiences when it's like y'all are literally like everything y'all say about black people, well, not you, but in general, y'all are really just exposing yourselves. Like, if no other group of people like are allergic to the fucking sun and have critters coming out their hair, like no other group of people, but yet we're the fucking savages. It's crazy.
Oh, she on your ass tonight, boy.
I don't know where she's. I don't know why would she say that? That's horrible. What about Dawn? Dawn, do you have a story you want to share?
I'm speechless, man. I'm absolutely speechless. Like,
But another thing too, like, I'm sorry, but I actually want to keep cooking with this. But one thing that's weird, and like again, this is my experience. But like now at my job, I work with a bunch of black people. I work at a nursing home, and the black people, when they have a problem with me or something I did or whatever, they will literally just walk up to my face and say, "This is why I have a problem with you. You did this. I didn't like that." Like, we will like look at each other in the eyes and talk about that shit. It might lead into an argument, but the shit will wind out. But y'all motherfuckers, y'all don't let us know shit. And the thing too is, like, sometimes I'm thinking, is it really racism? Wait, hold up. But like, y'all will literally try to like be so friendly, like best friends with us the whole time. Like, that's why
You mean try to be polite and not project onto other people?
Y'all will literally be from black people to fucking kill. Like, it's just, y'all are just crazy. It's just, it's really sick. Really fucking sick.
Nah, you cooking, sister.
Did you ever take out any anger on like the old elderly white faces?
But it's not even, sometimes I think that y'all are, maybe this is not racism. Like, sometimes I be thinking it's really not racism, because the thing is, when I worked at all, it was like everybody was white, I was the only black person there. I used to, it doesn't matter where I used to work. But when I wasn't there, these motherfuckers.
Responsibility to pick up on this shit, just like the Christians have tried to mask certain shit they want to implement to the school system, try to mask it up and cover it up in certain ways. So it's deceptive, and they're not being 100% honest with what their MO is. Again, all groups are going to try to do this, Joe. It's our responsibility to catch it. It's our responsibility to be smart and get the evidence to show that, hey, this isn't coming from a secular place that includes everybody or excludes everybody. This is coming to favor one specific religion, and they're trying to force that on everybody else. It's our due diligence to gather the evidence and then make our case and then challenge it.
You'd be in favor of a state passing a law that says all their schools need to hang the Ten Commandments because it's artwork?
As long as they allow the Quran and Buddha and Krishna and all the other ones, as long as they, like I said, it's either all or nothing, Joe. That's how I look at it. If you're gonna allow one, you gotta allow them all. What's that?
We don't do that in the Supreme Court.
Probably because people haven't fucking challenged. I think one of those buildings, it was a state building, but they ended up challenging that, and then they ended up putting a statue of the spaghetti monster inside of that state building. The atheists challenged it, and then ended up going through because they were like, well, hey, it's not right that you have your Christian shit, but we can't put ours. It's either all or nothing, and they ended up allowing the spaghetti monster statue in that state building.
Why does fairness matter?
Because we share society with other people, and our goal is to try to be as fair as possible. So it's the best way for everybody to make an attempt. I'm not saying it's 100% guaranteed. Everybody's gonna, ride off into the sunset. It's gonna be rainbows and tulips, but it's the best thing we have in order to try to maintain some level of civility in society. Is to try to be fair. So again, it sucks that the government forces me to wear my seatbelt in my car. I should have the right to not do it. But as long as they enforce it fairly and they enforce it across the board and it applies to everyone to the best of their ability, taking out human error and human factor, that there's some cops here that do this and some cops that do that. But if the law said, hey, everybody, regardless of your religion, race, sex, whatever, you don't get caught wearing a seatbelt, you are subject to getting fined, pulled over and fined, then I'm fine with that, Joe. As long as it's applied equally to everybody. Like I said, you're going to win some, you're going to lose some.
Yeah, but does it make society better putting the spaghetti monster up?
No, that's why I said a lot of atheists, I agree, are fucking retards. And they fight the wrong fucking battles. They waste fucking energy. I think that's fucking stupid.
Isn't it just an attempt to mock Christianity?
Yeah, which they have a right to. That's covered under the First Amendment. They're protected to mock Christianity. And here's the thing, I think it doesn't make any difference hanging up the Ten Commandments. What is it doing? What is the Ten Commandments, like you said, it's inscribed on the building. Has that made society any better? Absolutely not. People did it. It looks nice, and then they fucking move on to the next thing.
Can you measure it, though, if it has or hasn't? I don't think it's measurable.
Okay, then that same thing goes with the spaghetti monster then. Same thing goes with the spaghetti monster.
I know. That's why I've said from the get-go that these are all just opinions. They're not facts. It's your opinion on it. And it's my opinion on it. And I think society's better that way. And you can disagree with me, and you do. And that's fine. We'll see who gets the majority,
Well, we'll see, man. It all went from 90 to 60, bro. And more people. You see, I guarantee you, if we had this room 10 years ago, you see how many people, Joe, are speaking out because they're tired. They're tired of this shit. They're tired of it, man.
Tired of Christians?
Yes, yeah, because you guys are overbearing. You guys are fucking overbearing. You guys want to take your fucking God shit, your Jesus shit, and you want to force it down everybody else's throat, bro.
How is it being forced down your throat? Just tell me, how is it forced down? And where you live right now, how is it forced in your everyday life? You made it pretty clear to me you lived a life without it in your life. So how is it literally being forced down?
So if we go the way that you're going, is that my kids are going to a secular school and they're learning about reading and writing and arithmetic, which is all they need, the fucking bare bones minimum, and a bunch of people vote to start forcing their Bible and their religion. And this goes for the fucking Muslims, this goes for the Buddhists, this goes for the Jainists, this goes for the Hindus, this goes for everybody. Is that I don't send my kid and pay my tax dollars for religious purposes. That's something I can do on my own dime in my own time. Right? I don't need to get the state involved. And I don't want teachers forcing their personal religious shit down my kid's throat. It's just, there's no place for it. Do it in your own home. You got churches, you got plenty of places you can practice your religion and talk your shit and read from your little book and all that stuff. But you're trying to encroach on it because you guys are scared to death that you're losing your God's shrinking every fucking day. And you guys are grasping for straws now.
Secularism is like the base where it's the neutral, and all these other religions are just influencing what the base and neutral is. Like what would make a secular curriculum that doesn't have any influence from other ideals, being faith or even being LGBTQ and things like that? Like, it's always being influenced. Isn't secularism really not standing for anything?
No, Secularism.
Like, what's fairness?
Fairness is not taking your personal beliefs that other people, like religion's one of them. So again, because you can't prove your God, you can't prove anything that what you believe in is true. There's no evidence. That's why you have to believe in it. It's not, you don't call it I fact it. You say I believe it. You have to believe in something when there's a lack of evidence, Joe. That's the only time belief comes into qualification. Once you have 100% factual evidence, then belief is no longer a qualifier. You don't need belief. It's just proven 100% fact. No religions have that, Joe. So again, if that's what you choose to believe in and you choose to subscribe to, more power to you. I support your right and I will fight by your side for you to have that right. But once you start taking your personal beliefs that have zero evidence, can't be proven, and then you try to say that this is fact, this is true, we're going to teach it as if it's true, that's where I have an issue. So just stick to math, science, writing, history, and just keep them objective. And then we can move on. Just like LGBT, sex ed, all that shit, that's personal shit. You teach that shit in your own home, in your own house, and that's your belief. You subscribe to that shit. But we don't need to be taking that personal shit and indoctrinating our kids with. Why? Because it has to do with sex. LGBT is nothing but who you stick your dick in or whose carpet you're munching on. It's 100% sex. Kids don't need to be learning about sex. That's something the parents and personal families.
Same idea. It's your vision of how you think our society should be organized is through this lens of the perceived objectivity. I just don't believe that exists. Like, I believe that there is always an influence of subjective matters. And what subjective matter should that be, right? So if you create an absence of it, it is filled by the ideas of, say, the LGBTQ, transgender, and all the shit that they're bringing in. And that you can't actually have a standard of objectivity because someone has to judge what objectivity is. They have to define what objectivity is. Well, therein lies the problem. The definition of it becomes subjective. So it's almost like if you don't take a position on something, you're fighting an endless battle of just defense, trying to push back on issues. Because there is no real neutral ground. There is no real middle of just objectives.
But you religious people are doing the same thing. Your religious beliefs are not objective. They can't be proven. That's why you have to believe them, Joe.
I agree. It is subjective. I do agree.
Right, so that's what I'm saying. And you guys are constantly pushing back. So we're all in the same boat of pushing back. Why? Because we got 350 million people that come from all different walks of life, Joe, and they think what their culture and their background, where they came from, is right compared to somebody else's. So that's why we have to have a sense of, hey, let's keep it secular, keep all the personal shit, just like sex. The overwhelming majority of people in this country don't think kids should be involved in sexual subjects, Joe. There's a handful of weirdos that don't mind it, and they think they should, but that's the anomaly, Joe. The majority of parents don't want their kids associated with sexual topics, and it's a 100% proven fact that LGBT is all about who you have sex with. That's how the thing got started. If I have a guy and I have sex with another guy, boom, LGBT conversation starts. If I'm a woman, I have sex with another woman, boom, LGBT conversation starts. Outside of that, there's no conversation. So it's 100% rooted in sex. So keep it away from the kids.
Did secularism, though, invite this through its absence of having any positions on morality?
No.
Didn't it actually invite it, though?
No, absolutely not, Joe. Because there's a bunch of secularist people. There's a bunch of atheists and secularist people who don't believe in any type of religion, and they're against it.
In my opinion, the secularism is what has led to the increase of this, because there was no pushback on it. There was no other standard to push back with it. So because secularism is thought of as neutral, it eventually gets absorbed and taken over.
That's not true. What are you talking about? Joe, I'm pushing back on it. I don't believe. But Joe, I'm not a liberal and I'm not religious, and I was.
You are.
Well, no, what I'm saying is, Joe, is I'm proving your point wrong, is that I'm an example, and there's millions of us out there, Joe, I don't believe in any gods. I don't subscribe to any religion, and I'm not a leftist, Joe. But I was up at that school. Duking it out with the fucking got that goddamn faculty trying to push that shit. So there is pushback. You don't need to have religion to push back. There's plenty of secular people.
I'll give you an example. So, like 60 years ago, there was more faith in the schools, right? So, so then, as we go through the 60s and the sexual revolution and the ideas of secularism and the growth of it, and atheism and the growth of it over the last 60 years, now this idea that we've largely lived in under the last, 50, 60 years, because this is really more prominent thing in modern time than it is in the past, that there was an absence of faith in our church or in our schools, and then that absence is being filled by these other degenerate ideas. That's my opinion.
Yeah, that's your opinion, but it's wrong, Joe. It's 100% wrong. It's 100% wrong, man. Your opinions can be wrong. They can be wrong. So again, it wasn't.
I mean, it's just your opinion.
But Joe, here's the proof, though.
And I don't know why you can't admit it's just an opinion of yours.
No, it's not, Joe. Because I just pointed out a fact is that you're trying to use this religion as a tool to set morality through fear of consequences from a God, Joe. And then again, I pointed out that the majority of
the absence of it.
But Joe, what you're saying
allowed for the infiltration of these degenerate concepts to come into play.
It's not true, Joe. You know what it was?
Brought them in.
It was fucking feminism, and the fact that you have a female mindset that is overtaking this country, where everybody's opinion is valid, everybody's special, everybody's welcome, everybody matters. That's what did it, Joe. That's what did it.
What pushed back on feminism initially?
Nothing pushed back on feminism. That's why it's run rampant.
Christianity didn't.
Or not. And we can move on from this. And I think in a lot of ways, recently, I feel like we kind of get it. We just don't know how to navigate it as one, right? But I think all of this stuff is just a distraction, because ultimately it's about survival of the fittest.
I just want to make one last point. I go on mute. I just tripped off. So, in this, I think this is a name baseline, right? The West, right? Because they want to make the West an ethnic thing, which there's very clear reasons why you can't, right? 100%. The way things are written, 100%. However, what makes America great is not this marketplace. It's not, it's not even, say, democracy per se, right? What it is the belief that the individual has rights autonomous to the state, and the state is there to support the rights of the individual. Whether they've done it in a flawed way, whether they consider people human, and some people not, I get the whole narrative, but I'm saying at the root, that's what we're talking about. So when we talk about American expansionism, we're not talking about the white people colonizing. We're saying no. We're saying that we have this way of thinking that all the people in the Middle East are individuals that were created by God or whatever source you connect to, but they were created and they have autonomous rights. They should not be ruled by a mullah. They should not be ruled by any theology. They shouldn't be ruled on Sharia law. The individuals collectively should make their destiny. The same thing goes for everything in the Middle East. The Chinese, the state should not dictate to the mass majority of the population what they should do. Same thing in Russia with the Tsar. So it's not the white man taking over. It's the idea that individual rights are greater than the state's, greater than a religious creed, greater than some superhero called the Tsar, right? And so if we don't understand what we're creating here, what we're doing, then we get the poison of Pan-Africanism come in and go, yeah, and the white people didn't know. This is an innovative system of social and community living, right? Which is mostly inspired by the Bible, right? So making it a racial thing, you're taking away from actually what's being accomplished.
Thank you, Black. Appreciate that. Plum.
Yes.
Do you have anything, how you doing? Do you have anything, like, specifically, we're just kind of drilling down a little bit, only if you're comfortable with it, of course, that, that you felt discriminated against, so far in the Trump administration, or the span of the Trump administration? You can go as far back as his first term if you so choose. Do you have anything that stands out for you that you felt, oh God, man, I feel really discriminated right now, or something really bad, racist happened to me because of Trump, essentially?
No, I don't move like that, bro. I'm not one of these.
Yeah, we're talking about her.
You're talking to me, bro. Hush. I really don't. I don't move like I need an excuse for, being here and navigating life as an individual in the spaces that I find myself in. I do realize that there's this general narrative of, all these different things that are spewed on social media and maybe in people's minds. That's contrived. It really is contrived because in my everyday life, people are actually decent. Every now and then you get a wild hair, and that can sometimes be zoomed in on and exploitive to distract people. But I think we just, as human beings, need to level up and really speak from a place that's higher than sort of the nonsense that we see every day. Because we're smarter than that, surely. When we're in our own spaces as individuals, I think that we're better people than what we see, in all these, different spaces that are social. We need to just really just hone in on who we are and be real with one another, which we typically do, I think, in person. But a lot of this is just contrived, man. It's not even real life, as far as I'm concerned. It's very manipulative to stagnate the progress and development of a lot of things. I think it's, so that it can be controlled by people who have money and power. But at the end of the day, the people are the power. We just don't use it because we get caught up in the nonsense. So
I agree with that.
we just really need to get back to basics.
Yeah, the people have a lot more power than we don't wield the power we have. It's unfortunate. I agree with you on that, actually. Okay, Crystal, are you there at all or no? See if Crystal responds. Do you want to answer my question or the title? I don't know what you've heard so far.
I was listening.
Okay. You're just listening right now? Alright.
And he said, what's your question again?
What have you felt has been racist, or racism toward you during, I guess you could say, the Trump administration, either the first one or the second one right now? Like, is there anything, one thing that's, really hit you hard, or what have you? I don't know.
I don't know. I think, for me, I'm from South Carolina. I live here. I think for me, it's like I've experienced more, vocalized hate, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, no, so you're saying people are more emboldened to say more things to you. That's what you're saying, right?
They're like very bold, or just more so a lack of pretty much a disregard for like a black woman in a space, or I don't know, it's different. Everybody is not the same, so I definitely get that. And some people were taught the basic. Some people weren't.
Is the words literally like slurs, like they're actual slurs, or is it just more of the comment being made is more just extra lately than usual. Without any racial slurs, it's just what they're saying to you. I don't know how else to explain that, but
Yeah, it's like people are a lot more, you see a lot more of a racial divide because of the person that's, in the Oval Office. And that's just what it is. I mean, it is what it is. Just see a lot more boldness from people who are, it's like liquid fucking courage that people are drinking. I don't know, it's like a battery in the back. If I have someone around me that, that shows a low regard for like others, then I'm gonna do the same thing if I didn't have a mind, or if I didn't grow up with like different morals instilled inside of me.
Black people are still in here whining shit.
So do you think that we owe white people an apology? Like, cause
Never.
this room been open for a minute, and I can count how many times I've heard a racist experience come from a black person. So it sounds like we might owe them an apology.
Oh, who an apology?
The white race, because we're always calling them racist, but I haven't really heard too many racist experiences from my brothers and sisters.
Yeah, I don't owe anyone an apology, because I always greet people with respect. Like, I'm always gonna give respect first, period. And so to even think to give anyone an apology if you haven't
Crazy. What you talking about?
White people.
Well, I mean, I'm really pro-advocate. I don't think you really know too much of me, Plum, which is okay, but I'm really pro-black, man. I be going crazy for my black people, man. But
Bro, you were just talking about how you prefer snow bunnies the other day, bro. Get out of here.
Man, hold on. I've been sitting in this room for a long time, and I haven't really heard too many stories of, people saying they've dealt with racism, man. So it's just, but every time I hop on social media, or even if I just close this app, I'm looking at a room that says right now, is racism still stopping you? You know what I mean? But I haven't heard too many stories in here about racism, so I just feel like, as the black community, is it like, are we kind of like, do we owe the whites an apology? You know what I mean?
Hell no, what the fuck are you saying?
How about
Oh, I don't believe so. I don't think so. No.
I mean, where does that come from? Listen, let me tell you something. Whatever it is that black folks do and experience is due to a healing. We have been traumatized. We have been duped. We have been told a whole bunch of shit. And our DNA, when you look at it from a genetic standpoint, black people in America are the most diverse genetically than any other subgroup or, ethnic group in the world. And you gotta understand that. And when it comes down to preservation, people will do things to self-preservation is the first rule of survival, right? So there's a lot of things that go on in the world to preserve certain things, even the status quo, even, the elitist position, which is bullshit, because in my mind anyway, the things that we value were set up for us to value, and then have discourse between each other and battle over who's better, or ain't nobody better than nobody. That's just a false narrative that we've bought into as, people. But at the end of the day, the human race is beholden to a certain level of consciousness, and not the stuff that, it's not the stuff that divides us that has strength. It's the stuff that we have in common and brings us together that has strength, because at the end of the day, as human beings, we're one consciousness. And if you don't understand that, I won't go into it. But if you do, you know what I mean. And I'll cut it right there.
Thank you, Plum. Okay. I mean, I guess your brother Timothy here is looking for that one story. It just makes the white people on the stage here just go, oh my god, wow, that is really bad. But that's fine. I mean, I'm saying that. Yeah, Black, what do you got? Black, go for it.
No, I'm just saying they're not in this space right now. That's probably why.
Okay.
If you want something from Trump time, then they're just probably not in this space.
So you're saying there's a story out there where it's like, oh my gosh, Trump did this, and this affected me so bad. It was so racist that I have to just tell you the story. That's the kind of like, there's some story out there that exists on Clubhouse, okay?
Well, you don't have to look for the story. Hold on, but you don't have to look for the story. All you have to do is look at people like Chubb the Builder, and look at the type of people that
He
have
hates
spawned.
Trump, though.
You know, look at the type of people that
One problem, though, is he hates Trump.
That's fine. That's fine. But you have to look at the type of people that have spawned during this time. And that's about the most overt as you're going to get as far as like overt racism. Because let me tell you, all you have to do is look online. You know what I mean? These white people are dropping the N-bomb and they're getting knocked out.
They're dropping the N-bomb. I get it.
Yeah, they get knocked out. Like, nobody's going to do that.
There was people dropping N-bombs before on streams, before Trump. I can tell you that right now, by the way.
Yeah, but nobody's going to be overtly racist unless the odds are in their favor. That's why they went up to Black, and she was a pregnant woman with it, but they're not going to go up to Sig. You know what I mean? If he had an Obama shirt on, you know, with all the muscles and shit like that. Like this shit is like, it's strategic. And if you want to see overt racism, look at the Chubb the Builders. Look at these people who are in the streets doing these things. You know what I'm saying? Or just go on YouTube and see all the N-bombs dropped by people in parking lots and shit like that when people get into.
I said it earlier that the N-word is the most popular word. Is the most popular word right now. Like, everybody wants to say it.
But it's not even really a big deal, because we're talking about what is it affecting and what is happening. And I think the racism.
Holy shit, that's fucking stupid. All right, good night, everybody. Another banger. ChicagoMayorVote.com.